I used to think spiritual awakening will permanently fix my personality. It will make me very calm, peaceful, joyful, and endlessly patient. But what I realized was it was none of that. You still have all the same issues as you had before. The only difference is there is nobody here to fix anything. That's the joke, you see. The person we're trying to self improve, the person we're trying to change or be free from, is actually not there. And whatever is coming up, you know, anger, irritation, frustration, depression, sorrow, anxiety, all of these emotions, shame, guilt, all of these are just moments in consciousness that are witnessed as movements without any personal involvement with them. And that is what is can get tricky, because we're trained by our culture and society to constantly like analyze and fix what is happening. But if we actually just let it be, as crude and simple as that sounds, just let ourselves be and experience all these emotions coming up and just dissolving into nothingness, we will see that we are not actually these patterns, we are the space in which they happen, the witness, so to speak, the witness of phenomenality, eternal and untouched. But that is this mystical knowledge. How does this operate in everyday life? Is when somebody says something to me or does something to me that I don't like, I experience that emotion fully. Whether it is joy, it's happiness, it's anger, frustration. I don't try to suppress. I let it come up without naming it, without labeling it or judging it or trying to push it down, because it's not acceptable to me, unacceptable, socially acceptable, culturally acceptable. I just let it come up. And as soon as it comes up, it drops. All of these feelings are just mere moments in consciousness. They're like sensations, you see. Somebody touches you here, and there's like a prick, like a pin prick. That's how it happens. But what happens is in this pinprick, the mind gets involved, you know, with its shoulds and should nots. This is right, this is wrong, this is how you should behave, this is not how you should behave. In future, I will do better. This is a dialogue that starts happening that actually furthers our involvement in that momentary emotion. In fact, it gets more powerful, because then we start thinking about it. We started having, we start shaming and blaming ourselves and hating and judging the other for what they have said to us and what they have done to us and what we have said to the other and done to the other. However, all of these are just impersonal happenings that happen to no one in particular, because we're all conditioned beings, we all have our patterns, you know with certain stimuli, so to speak. If somebody says something or does something, that is stimuli, there will be a reaction. So in the moment, all reactions are accepted as the reactions of the living organism. What happens is, after the reaction has happened, that is something we can watch. Are we overthinking it? Are we analyzing it? Are we trying to fix it? Or are we just accepting the fact that something happened? It was not my pattern, so to speak, and I cannot fix it. All I can do is accept it. And maybe if I feel regret, I can apologize for a reaction to somebody I've hurt. But if somebody has hurt me, I can accept it as something that was bound to happen. Now, of course, that does not mean you become like a doormat and allow people to walk all over you. It simply means that you accept the person exactly the way they are, and you accept yourself exactly the way you are. In fact, it starts with you. If you accept yourself completely and totally the way you are, you will naturally accept the other person as they are. And whatever they say and do, you won't give power over to the other person to affect you so much. And if you get affected, you will humbly accept it. You can put up boundaries. You can express yourself. Hey, I did not like the way you spoke to me, or you did something to me. It made me feel a certain way. But after that, your involvement with that movement, so to speak, has to end for peace to happen. Otherwise, we can spend our whole lives, playing this blame game, pointing fingers at others, or just like blaming and shaming ourselves for every little mistake that we make. It can become very debilitating. That is the root cause of suffering. Somebody that I am the doer of my action, although I am a conditioned entity, acting automatically based on my programming, I will always jump to take responsibility for each and every little action that I say or do. And similarly, I hold others accountable for every single thing that they say or do. So you can play that game for the rest of your life, and it is an endless game to play. But once you realize that we're all just instruments through which energy, consciousness, life, whatever you want to call it, functions, then everything is seen as a happening and not as a doing. And that brings about tremendous peace within ourselves and harmony with others. So instead of trying to fix yourself, instead of trying to change yourself, ask yourself, who is this me that I'm trying to fix? The answer to that question might set you free.